You know, Mark, what I'd really like to know is, could you tell us about the equipment that we were using today?
Yeah. Before we go, let's just break it down for you. So you were throwing a spinnerbait a lot. This is a 1/2 ounce Strike King tour grade spinnerbait, our newest spinnerbait. And now this bait comes with 2 willows or a Colorado Indiana. I took that Indiana off in the summertime when these shad get to spawning in May and into April, May, and June. I like a big Colorado. This is a number 5. I mean a big Indiana willow. This is a big number 5 willow blade, and so I put that on there to kind of just match the shad hatch a little bit. The shad get bigger this time of year, and so yeah, I like a big shad profile, but just a standard old 1/2 ounce spinnerbait, and I like a Colorado and a willow. The Colorado gets the blades going. A double willow, sometime that first turn, kind of like you were throwing it right on the bank. Sometimes that first turn, a willow don't get. Well, the Colorado will
It'll
always
turn
be,
easier,
it gets it
Something
going.
moving right off the bat.
So I'll change the blades sometimes, but this is an Andy Montgomery skipping rod.
It is. That's the skipping rod.
This is the skipping rod. It's a 7-1, I believe. Yeah, 7-1 power, heavy action, but it has a little bit of tip on it. It felt just right for a
I have that rod, yeah.
20-pound Seaguar Tatsu, and yeah, that's just a good spinnerbait combination right there. 7.5 to 1 gear ratio. This is a Custom Pro. Now you got the cream of the crop. The
Yes,
Tracy Byrd reel is the brand new Lew's Hypermax.
Oh man,
that's compliments of
beauty right
Midway
there.
USA. I hope you
thank you.
Have
thank
a lot
you,
of
Midway
fun.
USA.
Have a lot of fun with that one. But so for flipping, I started out on a Rage Bug. Rage Bug's just a solid little creature bait. A game hog would work too, but the Rage Bug is just, I keep 100 black and blue and green pumpkin Rage Bugs in my boat. Those are 2 of the my favorite colors, and I can just do so much with them. Use them as a jig trailer, flip them, punch them, whatever. But it's just an awful good flipping bait. Those Rage tentacles, just, you know, it's just a perfect little bait. But I began noticing flipping these trees that those cypress knees come out away from the trees, and I wanted something to go right. I didn't want my bait drifting across them, so I started throwing the flipping tube, and it seemed to work out the best. And you can put a rattle in it.
Yeah, that rattle in there, yeah.
And with this water being as thick as it is, they can just track it a little better. Like if that fish is from here to right over yonder, he hears that little bit of rattle, he can just ease over there.
And where do those rattles come from?
Those are just
you can just buy
generic. Yeah, you just go on Midway USA and type in rattles, and you'll come up, or go to any store and get you some rattles for tubes.
Some of those.
And I think they might call them tube rattles. I'm not real sure, but it'll go in any hollow bait. But yeah, 3/8 ounce Strike King tour grade tungsten weight. I put a bead on it, and it's just a simple, this is a Denny Breuer flipping tube, and the flipping tube, as I showed you earlier, it's got that little solid. And
that makes a difference right there.
Yeah, because
a lot easier to rig.
Yeah, if it wasn't, it would just be the material down here, and it'd be so thin it would just tear.
It's very difficult to deal with that.
But after several fish, you still got enough bite right there, and that's a 4/0 Mustad KVD grip pin hook. I like the grip pin. As you can see, it's always, it won't ever roll over that because it's got that little keeper right there.
That's ingenious.
Yeah,
it really
is. It's when you get around smallmouth and Kentuckys and stuff like that, it really helps. But just helps you be a little bit more efficient. Again, 20-pound Tatsu. If I was in a tournament, this type stuff, I would probably be throwing 22-pound Seaguar Tatsu. Just gives you a little bit more abrasion resistance and shock power and all that kind of stuff. But this is a 7.5 to 1. Man, that's a really nice reel right there.
I appreciate that. I'm gonna enjoy that.
You're gonna enjoy that reel a lot. And other than that, it was the setup here was I think it was a 3/8 or 5/16 ounce weight with a bobber stopper and the KVD grip pin hook. That's pretty much it today, man. We did throw 4.0 a little bit. I caught one on this. This is a Mark Rose Crankbait Team Lou Signature Series rod with a 6/8 to 1. I like a 6/8 to 1 gear ratio cranking, but this is an awful good crankbait to throw around these cypress trees. We didn't see probably what this lake's potential was. I'm sure there's some 5, 6, 7 pounders in here. It rained the last 2 days. We're getting here right after the rain, so it might have had something to do with it. Not real sure.
It's a beautiful lake. There's no doubt there in here.
But we didn't have much time today. You know, you got a concert. I mean, we just shot.
Short day. We got out here mid-morning, and we're gonna leave mid-afternoon. So
we're gonna go back and have us some lunch somewhere.
Oh,
but that's pretty much the breakdown. And Oxbow fishing. Anytime you're on the Mississippi River from St. Louis down to the coast where it dumps into the Gulf, it's all about oxbows. There's rough fish out there in the river. There's rough fish in here too. But yeah, you just don't get those bass out there in that current. That it's just too muddy, too thick.
Yeah.
And
this water in here is beautiful.
These fish will migrate to whatever oxbows are around. You got from Brandywine to the harbor up there in Memphis, to Tunica, to Whitehall, to Ferguson and Whittington. All those oxbows down through here are just chock full, and you just fish what you see.
Right.
It's simple fishing.
Yeah. Right.
You know, Rayburn, where you fish a lot, there's humps and stuff out there, and they get out in the middle and all that kind of stuff.
Here you know where they're at.
Here, they're going to be around one of these trees or lay down. So that's the breakdown, man.
That's awesome. Well, thank you, bud. Appreciate it.
You
enjoyed it.
I hope you enjoy
Learned a lot.
I hope you enjoy your rod.
Oh, you
send me some pictures
I'm
with
gonna
it now.
enjoy that.
We'll post them every
Here it
now and
is.
then.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'll send you some pictures.
Send us some pictures. We'll fire them off on Rose Outdoors and let people take a look at Tracy Byrd.
I'd be glad to do that.
All right, brother.
I'd be glad to do that. Appreciate it. Thank you.